What's going on, fine citizens? Well, UFC 162, Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman, coming right up July 6th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Vegas. One of the most anticipated defenses of the year. It'll be one of the most anticipated title defenses of the year. And when they get going in Las Vegas this coming weekend, it'll be one of the most anticipated title defenses of the year. The top two middleweight fighters in the UFC face off in the octagon for UFC 162. It's gonna be epic. The main event features the UFC Middleweight Championship bout between the longtime title holder Anderson the Spider Silva and top contender Chris Weidman. Ranked number one in the world as one of the best MMA fighters, Silva's reign as middleweight champ has lasted 6 years and 9 months. Currently, the 38-year-old fighter holds an impressive record of 37 wins, 20 by knockout, and only 4 losses, including 16 straight wins and 10 title defenses, the longest winning and title defense streak in the history of the UFC. Silva, who won the middleweight title with a technical KO victory over Rich Franklin at UFC 64, has faced and defeated all of his rivals in the octagon, including top contenders such as Nate Marquardt, Dan Henderson, Forrest Griffin, Chael Sonnen, Victor Belfort, and Stephan Bonner. Despite having only a total of 9 professional fights in his record, Chris Weidman, 9-0 and 5-0 in the UFC, has been touted several times as the fighter who could finally put an end to Silva's reign. Ranked as the number 2 middleweight in the world by Sherdog, Weidman made his UFC debut against Alessio Sakara on March 3rd, 2011, scoring a decisive 30-27 victory on all 3 judges' scorecards. The debut victory was followed by a first-round stoppage against Jesse Bongfeldt at UFC 131. Weidman increased his winning record thanks to victories over Tom Lawler at UFC 139 and Damian Maia at UFC on Fox 2. But the biggest test came last year when he faced Mark Munoz at UFC on Fuel TV, Munoz versus Weidman, winning the fight with a KO in the second round. In addition to this fight, the card also features a welterweight bout between top featherweight contenders Frankie Edgar and Charles Oliveira, 2 middleweight bouts featuring Tim Kennedy versus Roger Gracie, as well as Mark Munoz versus Tim Boetsch, and a featherweight fight presenting Cub Swanson versus Dennis Siver. Let's check out the UFC 162 odds for the main card and the undercard. Cub Swanson minus 230 versus Dennis Siver plus 180. In the middleweight bout, Mark Munoz minus 135, Tim Boetsch plus 105. In the featherweight bout, featuring Frankie Edgar versus Charles Oliveira, Frankie Edgar a huge favorite at minus 525, and Oliveira plus 375 in the main event. The middleweight bout between Anderson the Spider Silva and Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva minus 255 and Chris Weidman plus 205. Now listen, you got to lay a little cash with Anderson Silva, but there is no reason to think this streak will stop here. Lay the 255, take it to the bank, and enjoy UFC 162 and your holiday weekend. Till next time, I'm Dan the Man. Believe in the dream.